Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Waynesboro, Pennsylvania, and the Waynesboro Area Senior High School for tonight's game between the Greencastle Antrim Blue Devils and the Waynesboro Indians. This is a matchup of two of the top teams in the Mid-Penn Colonial Division. Greencastle comes into the contest with a record of 8-2 on the season, 4-0 in the Colonial. Greencastle right now tied for first with Shippensburg atop the Colonial. Waynesboro comes into the game with a Colonial Division record of 4-2. They have lost their last two division games to Shippensburg and Boiling Springs. So Waynesboro looking to right the ship here and get back on the winning track in the Colonial Division. Tonight's game is brought to you by F&M Trust. If your banking relationship feels too distant lately, switch to F&M Trust. F&M Trust is local. Make sure banking is done your way every day. Learn more at fmtrustonline.com, member FDIC. Antrim Insurance, your local area insurance agent, serving Greencastle, Waynesboro, Chambersburg, Mercersburg, and surrounding Pennsylvania and Maryland areas. The Franklin County Visitors Bureau, your great moments are waiting in Franklin County. Let the Franklin County Visitors Bureau help you plan your visit to the beautiful Cumberland Valley. Keystone Ford, fast, fair, and friendly, 301 Walker Road, Chambersburg. Del Martin Incorporated, a full-service advertising agency serving the tri-state area for 38 years. Greencastle Eye Care Center, a leading provider of optometry services and vision care products in the Greencastle community since 1984. Blaze Alexander Chevrolet Volvo, 650 North Antrim Way, Greencastle. Battery Express and more, 2364 Warm Springs Road in Chambersburg. Horace Mann, founded by educators for educators. Visit Greencastle Representative Jeff Coons at 116 South Antrim Way in Greencastle. Premier HVAC Services of Greencastle, your local heating and air conditioning professionals. Phone 717-597-9900. Greencastle Notary Services, serving your vehicle and tag needs for Pennsylvania and Maryland. Olympian Athletics, 55 West Main Street, Waynesboro. Let us outfit your team with uniforms, warm-ups, hats, and much more. Victory Lane Tire and Alignment, John Wayne Drive, Greencastle. Franklin Pet and Hardware Stores, 1975 Philadelphia Avenue, Chambersburg, and Klein Tours, New York, Las Vegas, New Orleans, Costa Rica, and much, much more. Visit kleintours.net for a complete tour schedule. This is the F&M Trust Sports Network on midpennbroadcasting.com, thesportspage.blog, and WRGG 93.7 FM and WRGG.org. I'm John Freeman. Joining me this evening will be Jason Heilman. And Jason, the Blue Devils last night were supposed to play a game against Spring Grove, but as what happened last week, weather kind of got in the way. So the Blue Devils tonight come into a very key game against Waynesboro here in the Colonial Division, as Greencastle also looks to get back on the winning track after dropping that 75-63 decision to Northeastern York on Saturday.
Yeah, that's right, John. They come off a loss to Northeastern, but it's a situation where the Blue Devils really played well in that game. They shot 41% overall for the game, made a lot of three-pointers and forced a lot of turnovers. They really did play their game there against an outstanding team. And, you know, they just ran up against a buzzsaw by the name of Antonio Rizzuto. And but this is a team, this Waynesboro team, that they cannot take lightly.
Rizzuto Saturday night with 47 points, setting a Greencastle gym record and leading the Bobcats to that victory. We're going to take a quick break. Our pregame show is brought to you by Antrim Insurance, your local area insurance agent serving Greencastle, Waynesboro, Chambersburg, Mercersburg, and surrounding Pennsylvania and Maryland areas. Antrim Insurance, 169 South Antrim Way, Greencastle, and 1685 East Main Street in Waynesboro. And welcome back to the Waynesboro Area Senior High School. We're just about 2 minutes away from getting things underway here in tonight's Colonial Division matchup between the Greencastle Antrim Blue Devils and the Waynesboro Indians. Our starting lineups tonight, Jason Heilman will provide that for us. And Jason, for Greencastle, we say it pretty much every game, pretty much the same five we've seen all year.
Yes, it is, John. Brandon Stuhler, Jason Freeman, Ben Freeman, Ian Gelsinger, and Brian Gemby. And note for the Blue Devils, they have their entire roster here. They have been plagued by illness so far this year. Cam Howman missed the last game against Northeastern, and he is back with the team this evening. For the Waynesboro Indians, number 2, Trevor Jones. Number 3, Cole Ryan. Number 12, Cal Davis. Number 23, Jay Alvarez. And number 43, Logan Weibley.
And Waynesboro comes into the game, like we said, with a record of 4-2 in the division. Waynesboro was victorious Saturday as they defeated Mechanicsburg 45-40 in that game. Like we said, prior to that, they had lost 2 straight within the Colonial Division, dropping a game to both Shippensburg and to Boiling Springs, excuse me. So Waynesboro 3-2 on the season so far in the Colonial. The Blue Devils, so far at least, a perfect 4-0. Shippensburg, the other 4-0 team in the Colonial Division. They are taking on James Buchanan this evening. Now, Jason, Greencastle, again, that game on Saturday night, a game that they were, looking to try and maybe move up in the rankings in District 3, 5A, going up against they're the number 2 team officially, but I think in everyone's mind they are the top team in District 3. How do they bounce back tonight? What do they need to do against this team? Waynesboro, it's always a rivalry. It's on the road. It's going to be a tough game.
They need to keep doing what they've been doing the last couple games. They went up to Big Spring and played a solid game against, albeit a lesser opponent, but they did everything that you want to do well. They shot well, they played defense well, and they continued that effort against Northeastern. A lot of good things came out of that game. One of the things late in the Northeastern game is since the bench was short that game, I think the legs left them a little bit on the shooting there, but what they need to do is come in here to Waynesboro, take this opponent seriously, and continue to do what they've been doing the last couple games.
As they dim the lights here, if you're watching along on Mid-Penn Broadcasting, you see they've dimmed the lights here to announce the Waynesboro starting 5, so there's nothing wrong with your computer or your electricity at home. It's just what they've done to get things ready. Taking a look at the power rankings, which we kind of touched upon a little bit ago, Greencastle got as high as number 4 prior to the game against Northeastern. The loss, they are now sitting at number 6, just behind Shippensburg. Waynesboro, Jason, currently right now is at number 19 with a record of 6-5 on the season. Top 16 teams will qualify for the District 3 playoffs that get underway in mid-February. So it's a big game tonight for Waynesboro, Jason. They're out of the top 16 right now. A win here tonight would probably put them, if not back into the top 16, at least put them very close. So certainly that's something that'll be in the backs of the Waynesboro team's mind as we get ready for this game. And like we said, it should be a good one. These two teams played twice last year, Greencastle winning both games, including last year they played the final game of the regular season in the Colonial Division. Greencastle winning the game here to clinch the Colonial Division title last year. Lights are back up. The starting lineups have been announced, and I believe we are ready for our national anthem. So we will step aside now to honor our country with the playing of the national anthem. And we are just about ready to get things underway here from Waynesboro. The Indians, coached by Tom Hoffman, longtime coach. Hoffman's been there for a number of years, coaching the Indians. Richie Davis, his JV coach, and one of his assistants. The Blue Devils, of course, coached by Rick Lewis in his second season with the Blue Devils. Jason, Greencastle looks like they're ready to go. Nice crowd on hand here. Of course, the two teams, two schools' girls teams are also in action tonight. They are playing back in Greencastle. The Blue Devils and the Maidens playing in Greencastle, and we'll try and get some updates for you there if you are unable to get to Greencastle and see the game. So we will certainly do our best to update that game as well as we can, as both teams are now on the floor. Jay Alvarez will jump center for Waynesboro. He will go up against Brian Gemby. And we are underway here from Waynesboro with the Blue Devils winning the tip. Brandon Stuhler near wing to Ben Freeman. Waynesboro going to go man-to-man to Gelsinger. Gelsinger skip pass over to Stuhler. Greencastle going to look to work the ball around the perimeter here as they get things going here early in the first quarter. Gemby with the basketball over to Ben Freeman, now to Stuhler, back to Gemby. Nice pass inside. Jason Freeman finds some open space, and Jason Freeman knocks down the short jumper to give the Blue Devils a 2-0 lead.
Waynesboro starting out in the man-to-man defense down there, John.
Good ball movement and patience by the Blue Devils, leading to the first basket of the game. Here's the Indians with the basketball. Cal Davis gets it over to Ryan. Cole Ryan for three is up and good. So Cole Ryan knocks down the three to put the Indians on top, 3-2. Just underway here, first minute of the game in the first quarter from Waynesboro. Gemby guarded by Trevor Jones, gets it over to Ben Freeman. Work down low to Gelsinger, up top to Gemby. He thought about a three. Now tries to drive on Jones, forces his way inside. Nice defense there by Trevor Jones, but Brian Gemby just a little bit stronger going to the basket. Puts the Blue Devils back up on top by a 4-3 margin. Now here's Logan Weibly down the baseline. Nice move by Weibly, can't get it to fall. However, he gets his own rebound, puts it back up, won't go. And Cal Davis there to pull down the rebound. So the Indians will get a third try here. And the pass is deflected by Ben Freeman out of bounds. So Waynesboro will keep possession of the basketball right in front of us here with 6:34 to go. First quarter, Blue Devils lead at 4-3. Davis gets it inside to Jones. Trevor goes right back to Cal Davis. Now Davis is going to go back up top to Cole Ryan to reset the offense. Over to Davis. He's a dangerous three-point shooter. And Jason Freeman steps in and able to get the steal and get the save. Getting it over to Stuhler. Great job there by the Blue Devils. Now Ben Freeman with it in the far near corner, goes over to Stuhler. Blue Devils working it around the perimeter. Freeman back up top to Gemby. Long three-pointer for Brian Gemby. Up and good. So Brian Gemby 1 for 1 from beyond the arc, and the Blue Devils now lead at 7-3. Back down on the other end, Waynesboro with the basketball. Ryan's going to put up a three. Back of the rim, bounces around. Nice job there by Alvarez to keep the ball in play as Cal Davis comes down with it. He gets it over to Jones. He thought about a three, now skips it across, and Gelsinger steps in for the steal. So Ian Gelsinger with a turnover for the Blue Devils. Gets it up to Stuhler, now across to Jason Freeman. He tried to look back the other side. Now once again, the Blue Devils going to work it around the perimeter. Three-point shot by Stuhler, no good. Rebound pulled down by Alvarez for Waynesboro. Back come the Indians up the floor, 5:25 to go here in the first quarter. Davis tries to get it to Alvarez. Gemby knocks it loose. Blue Devils get possession of the ball, another turnover, and they come back up the floor. Jason Freeman, a quick three. That won't go. Rebound pulled down by Davis. And Davis will bring the ball across the timeline for the Indians. He goes inside to Logan Weibly. Weibly guarded by Gemby. Now Weibly tries to back his way in, gets it over to, that shot is not good by Alvarez. Deflected back to Ryan. His three-point shot in and out. Blue Devils with the rebound and a 7-3 lead here. 4:45 to go, approaching 4:45 to go here in the first quarter.
John, Blue Devils causing 3 turnovers already early in the ball game.
Ben Freeman for three is up and good, so the Blue Devils continue some hot shooting from beyond the arc, and they're out now to a 7-point lead, 10-3. Blue Devils with the advantage here as we approach the midway point of the first quarter. Now Alvarez looked to take it to the basket. Gelsinger got a hand in there and knocked it loose. Will stay in possession of Waynesboro as Cole Ryan will inbound the ball underneath his own basket. Blue Devils in that 2-3. Ryan having a little trouble. Now he gets it inside. Trevor Jones with a nice job to pull that pass down. He goes over to Davis, inside to Alvarez. He goes between a couple of Blue Devil defenders, can't get the shot to fall, and a nice job there by Brian Gemby to deflect the ball up to Ian Gelsinger. Blue Devils with the ball in a 7-point lead. Gelsinger guarded by Jones, gets it to Gemby. Nice return pass to Gelsinger, and he taps himself on the chest, says, that's my bad. Nice pass there by Gemby to Gelsinger. Ian just unable to hang on to that. And a turnover by the Blue Devils will give the ball back to Waynesboro. Under 4 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Greencastle leading at 10-3. That's Cole Ryan with the basketball, goes across court to Davis. Now back to Ryan. Ryan guarded by Jason Freeman, gets a pick from Logan Weidley. Now they work it into the corner. Trevor Jones for three. Shot won't fall, and a foul will be called on Jason Freeman as he tried to take the ball away from Jay Alvarez. Or a foul on Gelsinger, excuse me. Thought that was Jason Freeman with the reach. Only the first foul of the basketball game. And there's Ryan trying to get the ball cross court. Tough pass to get the ball to Logan Weidley. Ben Freeman got a hand in there and knocked it away. So now we'll just go to the other side of the basket and try and take it in from there.
Greencastle looks satisfied to stay in their 2-3 zone. It's a defensive scheme that Coach Lewis predominantly likes to play.
And there's a bad pass by Jay Alvarez. Threw it behind Cal Davis. Out of bounds, Blue Devils will take possession of the basketball. Leading by 7, 10-3. That's Brandon Stuhler over to Gelsinger. Gelsinger 10-foot jumper, front of the rim, no good. Stuhler keeps it alive, and Alvarez comes away with it. He's going to go strong to the basket, loses balance, but is still able to get the shot to fall. Nice play there by Jay Alvarez as he cuts the Blue Devil lead down to 5. 10-5, Greencastle's lead with 3:15 to go here in the first quarter. Blue Devils with the ball down on the far end of the court. Stuhler goes corner to Jason Freeman, thought about a three, now works it back to Gemby. Around the horn it goes. Ben Freeman will put up a three. That's off the back of the rim. No good. Rebound pulled down by Cole Ryan. And Ryan will bring the ball down the court for the Indians. Inside to Alvarez. Nice job by Gemby with the block from behind. And Greencastle is going to push the ball up the floor. They had a 5-on-4 break, but Alvarez does a nice job to get back down. Now Stuhler for three is up and good. So Brandon Stuhler puts the Blue Devil lead back out to 8, 13-5. Greencastle with the lead, 2.5 minutes to go, first quarter. Now Trevor Jones will let fly with a long three. And Trevor Jones comes up big for Waynesboro. His first points of the night cuts the lead, or cuts the Waynesboro deficit back to 5. 13-8. The score now. Ben Freeman, far wing, three-pointer is up and good. So teams trading three-pointers. Back and forth they go. Blue Devils back out by 8. 2 minutes to go here in the quarter. Now Jones is going to take it strong to the baseline, and Ian Gelsinger is going to knock that away. And a nice play there by Ruth Ann to field that ball.
Substitutions in for both teams.
So Jason Freeman and Ian Gelsinger out for the Blue Devils. Heilman and Bryson Robinson into the game. Hunter Clever is into the game for Waynesboro. Also Derek Berman into the game, and he did not get the ball inbound, so that's 5 seconds. Turnover. The Blue Devils will get the ball. Aiden Campbell also in the game, and Jerem Brown. So 4 new players into the game for Coach Tom Hoffman. As Waynesboro does go a little deeper on the bench than Greencastle does. Trevor Jones, the lone Waynesboro starter, still on the floor right now. Here's Gemby, long three from the volleyball line is good. So the Blue Devils doing some damage from the three-point line.
5 3-pointers so far in the game. Shooting 5 for 8.
Gemby has 8 on the night. Blue Devils lead at 19-8. Derek Berman with the basketball, gets it over to Campbell. He's going to drive into the paint, thought about a shot, now gets it back to Campbell, over to Brown. Brown's going to come near side to Trevor Jones. Jones trying to direct some traffic. Now he's going to go in traffic inside. He's bumped going through the paint. And a foul will be called on the Blue Devils, just the second team foul for Greencastle. So far, no fouls for Waynesboro. Pretty cleanly played game here with 1:09 to go in the first quarter. Jason Freeman back into the game. He will replace Brandon Stuhler. Inbounds to Jones. He goes over to Brown, now down low to Aiden Campbell. Campbell goes down the baseline, cut off nicely by Gemby. Brown to Berman. Berman, the left-handed shot from 3 is a little bit short. And I think that might have actually hit the net, Jason, so I don't think it was officially an air ball, but yeah. The Greencastle students will certainly let him know.
That's not the part of the twine that you want to catch.
All net, but just outside the net.
Outside the rim, yeah.
Under a minute to go here, first quarter. Blue Devils with the basketball and an 11-point lead. Heilman with the ball, back to Ben Freeman. He's going to let a long 3 fly. That's his third of the quarter. Ben Freeman with 9 points already in this game as the Blue Devils extend the lead out to 22-8. As Cam Heilman hustling down court to deflect that pass away from Aiden Campbell. Once again, the Blue Devils with another deflection. That's a stat that isn't tracked, but I know it's something that Rick Lewis loves to see from his ball club.
Makes things difficult. They kick a lot of balls.
And there's a pass, tried to get it into Jones, but Heilman was there for the easy steal. Almost looked like he was throwing the ball to Cam. But the Blue Devils will take possession of the ball with 20 seconds to go. Gemby down the lane, some contact, nothing called, as Bryson Robinson tries to make the save before the ball went out of bounds, but it will go over on a turnover to the Indians with 16.9 seconds left to go here in the quarter. Waynesboro finds itself trailing 22-8 as Greencastle has shot the ball very, very well from three-point range. Here come the Indians, clock ticking down towards 10 seconds. Jaron Brown with it, guarded by Robinson. Goes over to Berman. Berman for 3. Back of the rim, no good. Campbell with a nice offensive rebound. He's going to put up a short jumper at the buzzer, and that will count for 2. So Aiden Campbell with the 2 points for Waynesboro. And a great start for the Blue Devils here in the first quarter. They lead it after 1 by a score of 22-10. This is the F&M Trust Sports Network on midpennbroadcasting.com, thesportspage.blog, GameTimePA.com, and WRGG 93.7 FM and WRGG.org. Welcome back to Waynesboro Area Senior High School. Second quarter just underway here as the Blue Devils hold on to a 22-8 lead, or 22-10 lead, excuse me, after 1. Waynesboro to start the quarter with the ball. Nice work around. Nice job, Logan Weibly coming down the paint. Takes a nice pass from Alvarez, so that's 4 straight points for the Indians as they cut the Blue Devil lead down to 10, and there's a turnover. Waynesboro with the basketball. Brown gets it over to Ryan. Ryan to Aiden, or excuse me, that's number 20, Aiden Campbell. Inside to Weibly. Little jump hook from Logan Weibly. 4 straight points for Weibly. 6 straight for Waynesboro. And the Indians are back in at 22-14. Ben Freeman with the basketball, brings it across the timeline, gets it over to Heilman. Heilman to Jason Freeman, working around to Stuhler. Now inside Bryson Robinson. Nice bounce pass. Greencastle, nice job moving the basketball. Ben Freeman short from 3. Waynesboro with the rebound. Blue Devils unable to score here so far in the first minute 10 of this second quarter. There's a 3-pointer on the way by number 20, Aiden Campbell. So what once was a Blue Devil 14-point lead, now down to 5. 9 straight points for Waynesboro. 7 here in this quarter as they score the first 7 points of the second quarter. Blue Devils have only taken 1 shot so far. As Waynesboro playing a little man-to-man defense here, looks like. Now Jason Freeman for 3 as well, short. Rebound pulled down by Alvarez as he's going to come down the floor, up and in for the shot. See if Greencastle may get a timeout here. 11 straight points for Waynesboro as Brown bumps Heilman moving up the floor, and a foul will be called.
It's only Waynesboro's first foul, first team foul.
And now Gelsinger will be back into the game, as well as Brian Gemby. Heilman and Ben Freeman will go to the bench. As Stuhler, Jason Freeman, Gemby, Gelsinger, Robinson on the floor for the Blue Devils. Alvarez, Campbell, Ryan, Weibly, and Jaron Brown, the 5 Waynesboro players right now. 5:52 to go here in the second quarter. Blue Devils by 3. 22-19. Greencastle looking for a basket here. As Waynesboro's turned up the defensive pressure. A nice job there by Brian Gemby, taking it strong to the basket, getting the shot to fall. That breaks an 11-0 run by the Indians. 24-19. Greencastle with the lead. Inside to Alvarez. He's knocked around. Ball comes free. Jason Freeman comes away with it. Blue Devils with possession of the basketball, leading by 5. As Stuhler with the ball. Now he tries to take it inside, does a nice job. Had the ball knocked free, but got it back and able to get the shot to fall. So Brandon Stuhler with the bucket. Stuhler with points on the night. Shot missed there as Alvarez came in over the top. Stuhler with 5 points on the night. Alvarez unable to pull that rebound down, knocked the ball out of bounds, so the Blue Devils will take possession of the basketball, leading by 7. As Waynesboro continues the full court pressure. Now Jason Freeman will be bringing the ball up the court, guarded by number 20, Aiden Campbell. He goes to Gelsinger, now back to Stuhler. Stuhler, count was on him. He needed to get rid of it, and he does. Gemby thought about a long 3. Gets to Gelsinger for 3. His shot back of the rim, no good. Rebound cleared away by the Indians. As they come back up the floor, trailing by 7. Campbell, he thought about a 3, but held off. Now he's going to go back up top to Cole Ryan, who does a nice job to keep that ball from going back court. Tried to get a pass inside. Gemby deflected it. And a turnover back to the Blue Devils. Now Stuhler with it. He goes to Jason Freeman. Oh, thought about a pass. Oh, actually, Ryan got a hand on that, and I thought that was just out of bounds off of Jason Freeman. But the Blue Devils will keep possession of the basketball. As Ben Freeman back into the basketball game for Bryson Robinson. So the Blue Devils with their starting 5 back out on the floor. Gemby collides with Alvarez, and a foul will be called. That'll be on Jay Alvarez. It'll be just his first foul of the game. Both teams with 2 personal fouls so far, team fouls here in the quarter. Gemby for 3, little strong, no good. Rebound by Ryan. Now he's going to try and get it up to Alvarez. And Alvarez ahead of the pack gets that to fall over Gemby. So a nice pass by Cole Ryan to Alvarez. 26-21, Waynesboro with the lead. Ben Freeman short from 3. Gelsinger tries to get the rebound, but Weibly just a little too strong as he tips the ball over to Ryan. Now back up the floor. Stuhler gets a hand in on it. Out of bounds it goes. And Waynesboro will keep possession of the basketball. 3:38 to go here in the second quarter. Greencastle leading at 26-21. Blue Devils led after a quarter by a score of 22-8. Since then, it's been Waynesboro's kind of quarter, Jason, as there's a timeout on the floor. It will be a full 60-second timeout. And give Waynesboro a lot of credit, Jason. They fell behind early. Greencastle shot really well in the first quarter, but Waynesboro's come back strong here in the second, and they took what was once a 14-point deficit, and now it's only 5.
Yeah. Greencastle shot 67% from the floor in the first half. That includes 67% from 3-point. They shot 6 for 9 from the behind the 3-point line in the first half. Waynesboro only shot 31% in that first quarter, 4 for 13. But as you said, they've opened up this second quarter now, and they've hit 5 of 6 to open up this quarter. So, and likewise, Greencastle has missed their first 5 3-pointers here in the second quarter. So there's balance in the universe, right? You can look at a team shooting 67%, you think, well, it probably can't continue, and it hasn't. So
yeah, I think that's what they call reversion to the mean. Yeah. I know Mike Ryan's a math teacher. He would appreciate me saying that.
There you go.
That's kind of what happens. Things kind of balance out. Blue Devils shot very well in the first quarter, come back to earth a little bit here in the second quarter as both teams are on the floor, and Waynesboro will inbound the ball right in front of us. That's Cole Ryan's back you're looking at. He goes inside to Alvarez. Ball's on the floor, and a nice job by Alvarez to get possession back and make the basket, cutting the Blue Devils lead back down to 3. 26-23. Greencastle leads 3:20 to go here until halftime. Jason Freeman with the ball over to Ben Freeman. Now he goes to Gelsinger, knocked away by Jones, but Gelsinger gets it back. Now Jason Freeman's going to go down the baseline, kick it back to Gelsinger for 8 feet. 8-foot jumper by Ian Gelsinger, up and good.
That gets Gelsinger on the board.
Gelsinger's first 2 points of the night puts the Blue Devils back up by 5, 28-23, under 3 minutes to go here until halftime. Cal Davis so dangerous for 3, and that is up and good as Davis knocks down his first 3-point attempt of the night. Now down to a 2-point game, 28-26. Blue Devils with the lead. Gelsinger thought about a 3, got it over to Ben Freeman, now to Stuhler from the far wing. Short for 3 is Stuhler. Back comes Waynesboro. And a foul will be called on Stuhler. So Waynesboro on a 19-6 run here from the end of the first quarter here into late in the second.
Yeah, John, until that last possession, Waynesboro was really looking like they're really trying to work that ball in down low on this zone. And they have been. They've been getting high percentage shots down low in the paint.
So the Indians, who trailed by 22-8 at one point, can take the lead or tie it here as Trevor Jones goes to the basket, gets it over to Alvarez. He can't get the tough shot to fall. Ben Freeman with the rebound. He gets it off to Jason Freeman as the Blue Devils work the ball up the floor. Now they're going to slow things down a little bit. Gelsinger to Ben Freeman. He's going to go down the baseline and tried to get it to Stuhler, but Cal Davis is there for the turnover, and Waynesboro with the basketball coming down floor as Ryan has the ball. Greencastle getting set into its zone. Now Davis thought about going baseline, cut off by Gemby. He gets it back up top to Cole Ryan. Greencastle now on a 3-2 as Gelsinger comes up top. 1:25 to go second quarter. Ryan thought about a 3. Gelsinger, nice job to get out there and stop that on defense. I think Waynesboro is going to try and change some things up here as Greencastle switches defenses on him. Pass over to Alvarez on the far wing. He goes inside to Weibly. Now wrap it around to Davis. Davis is going to skip it over to Jones right in front of us. 3-point shot for Trevor Jones is good. So Waynesboro with the 3-point shot. And Waynesboro has their first lead since very early in the game. The Indians led 3-2 early. Now they're back on top 29-28 as the Blue Devils need to find a way to get on the scoreboard, and another turnover. Greencastle with only 6 points here in the quarter. And a foul down on the other end by Ben Freeman, and the crowd now is really back into this game. As Waynesboro has gone from being down 22-8 to now take a 29-28 lead. A 21-6 run by the Indians.
Waynesboro is taking care of the basketball a lot better this quarter as well, John. They had 6 turnovers in the first quarter. They've only turned the ball over twice here so far.
Under 35 seconds to go. There's a 3-point shot from Ryan. Won't go, and Weibly, I believe, came over the back on that one as Gemby tried to pull down the rebound.
Waynesboro finally missed a 3-point shot this quarter, John.
So the two teams trading hot streaks from behind the arc as Trevor Jones steps in and almost gets a steal as he and Gelsinger go to the floor. Clock down to 23 seconds. Ben Freeman for 3 is up and good, so the Blue Devils back up on top. Ben Freeman with 12. here in the first half. 31-29, Greencastle leads it. Clock now down to 10 seconds as Waynesboro will hold for one. Davis with the ball, Greencastle man-to-man. Now Ryan tries to go past Jason Freeman. Davis, deep three is on the way. Off the front of the rim and no good. So a game of streaks, Jason. Greencastle dominating the first quarter, the second quarter belonging to Waynesboro. As we head to halftime with the Blue Devils holding a 31-29 lead. We have played 2 quarters of basketball here from Waynesboro. This is the F&M Trust Sports Network on midpennbroadcasting.com, the sportspage.blog, GameTimePA.com, and WRGG 93.7 FM, and on the web at WRGG.org. And welcome back to Waynesboro Area Senior High School and tonight's Mid-Penn Colonial Division matchup between the Blue Devils and the Indians. Our halftime show is brought to you by Antrim Insurance, your local Erie insurance agent, serving Greencastle, Waynesboro, Chambersburg, Mercersburg, and surrounding Pennsylvania and Maryland areas. Antrim Insurance, 169 South Antrim Way, Greencastle, and 1685 East Main Street in Waynesboro. I'm John Freeman alongside Jason Heilman, and Jason, we're at the half. Greencastle leads it right now, 31-29, but it didn't quite start out that way as Greencastle came out really strong in the first quarter and really took command, but then saw that slip away.
Yeah, first quarter score 22-10, had a 12-point lead going into the second quarter, and the fortunes of these two teams flipped. Greencastle was shooting a hot hand, 67% overall, and Waynesboro was shooting 31%. The second quarter, we saw those reverse. Waynesboro took off shooting, and Greencastle went kind of cold from the three-point line. But as the scoreboard reflects, all things have evened out. Greencastle is shooting 55% overall from the field, and Waynesboro 48%. On a turnover side, Waynesboro has turned the ball over 8 times compared to Greencastle's 5. So very close game statistically, very close game on the scoreboard, but a tale of 2 quarters. Now we're going to see whose will is going to play out here in the second half. Both teams have kind of had a quarter of their way, so to speak, and now we'll see who's going to be able to control it here down the stretch.
Taking a look at our leading scorers here through the first 16 minutes of action from this evening. Leading the way for Greencastle, Ben Freeman with 12 points, all coming from behind the arc. Brian Gemby with 10. Brandon Stoller has 5, 2 apiece for Ian Gelsinger and Jason Freeman. That's 31 points for the Blue Devils. On the other side for Waynesboro, much more balanced scoring so far tonight. Jay Alvarez leading the way. He has 8 points. Second on the score sheet for them is Cole Ryan. He has a total of 6. 5 points for Aiden Campbell, who came off the bench for Waynesboro this evening. 4 for Logan Weibly, and 3 each for Cole Ryan and Cal Davis. Both of them hitting 3-point shots here on the evening. So, Jason, second half coming up. What do the Blue Devils have to do to try and get this game back in their command and try and extend this 2-point lead?
Well, one of the things that was key to the scoring, too, for the Blue Devils in the first quarter was they were getting the Indians turned over. They were turning the ball over on defense, and that is something that we didn't see. They only forced 2 turnovers there in that whole second quarter. So one of the things the Blue Devils need to do is maybe get a little bit more aggressive around the ball. They only had how many team fouls? 4.
That's it.
For the first half. So nobody's even close to foul trouble. Maybe turn up the heat on defense, force those turnovers, which we've seen. That's Blue Devil basketball. Turnovers lead to offense.
We're going to take a break here from Waynesboro. Halftime score again, Greencastle 31, Waynesboro 29. We'll be right back after these messages on the F&M Trust Sports Network on midpennbroadcasting.com, thesportspage.blog, and WRGG 93.7 FM and WRGG.org. Welcome back, and we are already underway here in the third quarter. Blue Devils with the basketball. Brian Gemby strong to the basket. He is fouled, and he will go to the line to shoot two. A couple of quick scoring updates. We do have a first quarter score out of Greencastle. The Greencastle girls were leading 10-3 over Waynesboro in that game. Halftime score, Ship boys leading JB 44-17. We will certainly keep you up to date on those scores as we are able to find them online, as Brian Gemby knocks down the first free throw, and also free throw number 2. So 2 for 2 for Gemby from the line. He now has 12 points on the night. Gemby and Ben Freeman both now leading scorers for the Blue Devils with 12 apiece. Greencastle now leads at 33-29. Alvarez takes it hard to the basket, can't get the shot to fall. Ben Freeman pulls down the rebound for the Blue Devils. Waynesboro bench wanted a foul on that, but they didn't get the call, as Greencastle coming here in the second half right in front of us. Gemby has the ball knocked free. Now gets it to Jason Freeman, and they're going to call double dribble on that, as Greencastle will turn the ball over.
Yeah, that pass coming out of the paint area there from Gemby, just kind of short-handed Freeman there. I think it took the rhythm off. It looked like he wanted to shoot that ball, and then his second thought was to put it on the floor.
First turnover of the half for the Blue Devils. Waynesboro with the basketball, trailing by 4, 7:08 to go here early on in the third quarter. Blue Devils led it by 2 at the half. Three-point shot on the way for Trevor Jones. He can't get that to fall. Now up ahead to Gelsinger. Nice play by him to keep that ball from going out of bounds and get the ball back in play. Now the Blue Devils with the basketball inside to Stuhler from Freeman. His shot is blocked from behind by Alvarez, and that ball will go out of bounds. Greencastle will keep possession of the basketball. I think he was trying to find Gelsinger on that pass, but Stuhler just happened to be there.
That wasn't good receiver separation there.
Great play by the Blue Devils on the inbounds play, something we've seen them do many times this season. Gelsinger coming off a screen there to get the easy 2 points, and the Blue Devils with the first 4 points of the second half now jump out to a 35-29 lead. Logan Weibly can't get the short jumper to fall, gets his own rebound, puts it back in. Weibly with 6 points on the evening, 35-31. The Blue Devils lead it. Now here's Stuhler guarded by Ryan. Waynesboro still in a man-to-man defense, and a little miscommunication there as Gelsinger tries to find Ben Freeman. Ball over the head of Freeman and out of bounds.
John, both teams here playing their base defense. Greencastle's gone back to the 2-3 zone. Waynesboro still in that man-to-man.
Both teams with their starting lineups on the floor to start the second half. Ryan, Davis, Alvarez, Weibly, and Jones. As Logan Weibly can't get the ball to fall on that shot. For Greencastle with Stuhler, Ben Freeman, Jason Freeman, Gelsinger, and Gemby. Now Stuhler from 14 feet. And Brandon Stuhler knocks down the mid-range jumper. He has 7 on the night. Puts the Blue Devils back up by 6, 37-31 at the 5:50 mark. Now Davis, long-range 3 won't go. Nice job there by Jones to get position on Gelsinger. And actually, Jason, probably not a bad foul there by Gelsinger, because Jones was in prime position to put that up and in for a putback.
Absolutely, yeah, he hit the inside. That was going to be an easy layup.
So good foul there by Gelsinger to prevent the basket, at least for now. But Waynesboro will keep possession. Rhines double clutches for 3, can't get it to fall. Loose ball on the floor. Stuhler gets it up ahead to Jason Freeman. He's going to go down the floor for the layup, can't get it to fall. And now he's going to, how many times do you see that? You miss an easy shot, and then you come back up the floor and do something like that, where he just runs into Ryan and draws the foul. More frustration than anything else on that.
Yeah. Want to try and make up for it right away.
First foul on the night for Jason Freeman, second team foul here in the half for the Blue Devils. Ball knocked away. Freeman comes away with it, gets it over to Stuhler. Now Brandon Stuhler over to Ben Freeman, back to Stuhler. Now Jason Freeman's going to get it to Gemby. Gemby looks for a screen. Gelsinger rolls off it. Thought about a 17-footer, passes it up. Blue Devils once again just going to work the ball around the perimeter and try and find the shot, as Gelsinger and Jones battle right in front of you. Now here's Ben Freeman down the lane. Little finger roll up and good for Ben Freeman. 14 points on the night for him. Puts the Blue Devils back up on top by 8, 39-31. Greencastle with the lead here as we approach the 4:40 mark of the third quarter. Waynesboro with the basketball. Gelsinger with a deflection there as he gets a hand on it, knocks it out of bounds. Waynesboro will keep possession of the ball as Cam Heilman and Bryson Robinson check into the game for Greencastle, replacing Jason Freeman and Gelsinger. Inside to Alvarez. Heilman does a nice job to knock it loose, but Cal Davis is there to get it back. Now a three-pointer for Trevor Jones is up and good. So Trevor Jones knocks down the three. 39-34, Blue Devils lead. 4:19 or 4:20 to go here in the third quarter. Now Gelsinger clears out, strong to the basket. Gemby off the glass and good. So Brian Gemby puts down two. Back up by 7, go the Blue Devils, 41-34. Nice ball movement inside to Weibly as Gemby knocked it away. Ball scoots free to Heilman. He's going to wisely hold up as it was a 1-on-3 there. Waynesboro did a nice job getting back on defense. So Heilman recognized that, and he'll just pull the ball back, and Greencastle will reset their offense. Stuhler with the basketball. He pulls up, top of the key, front of the rim, no good. Rebound by Alvarez for Waynesboro as the Indians come back up the floor, trailing by 7. Cole Ryan, top of the key to Alvarez. He's going to go strong to the basket, and he will be fouled from behind by Ben Freeman. So that'll be Freeman's second foul on the night, and Alvarez will go to the line to shoot 2 for Waynesboro. 41-34, Blue Devils lead at 3:26 to go here in the third quarter. First shot by Alvarez off the front of the rim, back of the rim, and good for Alvarez. He now has 9 points on the night. And is that the first trip to the line for Waynesboro, Jason?
It is. That's their first trip to the line, and Brian Gemby was our first trip to the line earlier in this quarter.
Jaron Brown and Aiden Campbell into the game for Waynesboro. Alvarez 2 for 2 from the line, so limited free throw opportunities for both teams tonight. But both teams are 2 for 2 from the free throw line. 41-36, Blue Devil lead with the basketball. Heilman guarded by Brown. He goes far wing to Gemby. Gemby looks for room, nothing really there. Now he's going to go back up top to Stuhler. Work it around to Heilman in front of us, back to Gelsinger. Ian thought about a 3, now goes over to Stuhler. Stuhler looking for some room, gets it to Robinson. Bryson will hand it off to Ian, and now Greencastle with the lead will just be content here to try and run a little clock, I guess, as they work for an open shot. Gelsinger 3, and there's the open shot they were looking for. Ian Gelsinger knocks down the 3.
First three-point shot this half.
Gelsinger with 5 in the quarter, 7 in the game. Now Campbell kind of double clutches for 3, can't get the shot to fall. Blue Devils with the ball and an 8-point lead. Here comes Gelsinger streaking down the court, and Ian Gelsinger taking control here in the third quarter for the Blue Devils. Puts Greencastle back up by 10. 46-36 is the score as a full 1-minute timeout is called by Waynesboro. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back after this. You're listening to the F&M Trust Sports Network on midpennbroadcasting.com, the sportspage.blog, and WRGG 93.7 FM and WRGG.org. Welcome back to Waynesboro Area Senior High School. John Freeman and Jason Heilman with you. Back to action coming out of the Waynesboro timeout. The Indians with the basketball trailing by 10. 46-36 is our score. Greencastle led by 2 at the break, and since then it's been the Blue Devils show. Ian Gelsinger. Now here's Stuhler with a steal. Brandon Stuhler goes strong to the basket, does a nice job to avoid Cole Ryan. And now the Blue Devils showing some offensive prowess here in the third quarter. They're back up on top, 48-36. Minute 50 to go here in the third quarter, and Waynesboro, Jason, needs a basket.
Yeah, Yeah, and there's another turnover forced by Greencastle.
Say they're not going to get it on this possession as Stuhler does a nice job. Inside to Robinson, who's left wide open. Turnaround jumper there from Bryson, can't fall. Waynesboro's Jay Alvarez pulls down the rebound, gets it over to Ryan. Stuhler tries to reach around and knock it loose, but they're going to say he reached in and fouled Ryan. So just the second personal foul on Brandon Stuhler this evening. Fourth team foul in the half for Greencastle.
Yeah, John, you have to wonder if Rick Lewis in this man-to-man defense by Waynesboro didn't implore his players to maybe look to dribble drive, get to the hoop here a little bit, because Greencastle's only attempted one three-point shot this half.
Aiden Campbell had that shot deflected. He was distracted by Ben Freeman, came up missing everything on that. Blue Devils with the ball. Gelsinger again with the three, can't get it to fall. Nice rebound there by Hunter Clever. Quickly come the Indians. Alvarez for three is good. So Jay Alvarez, he has 13 points on the game, gets the Blue Devil lead back into single digits. 48-39, Greencastle leads it, 53 seconds to go here in the third quarter of this basketball game. As Gelsinger far corner to Stuhler. Stuhler off a screen from Gelsinger, working the ball around. Heilman right in front of us. Back to Ben Freeman, up top to Gelsinger. Gelsinger guarded by Jaron Brown. He gets it over to Robinson. Bryson in traffic, loses possession of the ball, goes to the floor. And a turnover by the Blue Devils as Waynesboro will come back up the floor, trailing by 9. Clever goes inside, bangs off a Blue Devil, and gets the shot to fall. So 2 points there for Hunter Clever. And Greencastle's lead is now 7. Clock down to 11 seconds, and Gelsinger almost had it taken away from him. Now clock down under 7 seconds, gonna have to get a shot off. And Gelsinger's gonna go to Stuhler. He's gonna have an open look for three, and Brandon Stuhler. A little confusion there on the Blue Devil offensive end, but Stuhler able to knock down the three, a big three for the Blue Devils, as that puts their lead back out to 51-41 after 3 quarters of basketball. This is the F&M Trust Sports Network on midpennbroadcasting.com, thesportspage.blog, WRGG 93.7 FM, and WRGG.org. We're back to action already here in the fourth quarter, 20 seconds into the quarter as Waynesboro missed the opening shot of the fourth quarter. Now Greencastle with the basketball. Jaron Brown guarding Ben Freeman. Freeman gets it back to Gemby. And now Greencastle's going to reset the offense with a 10-point lead, 51-41. Now Gemby's going to be tied up by Derek Berman. And a jump ball will be called. We'll stay in possession of the Blue Devils. So nice job there by Derek Berman to tie Gemby up. Flips the possession arrow back to Waynesboro. Now Ben Freeman inside. There's that inbounds play we see Greencastle run so often to Gelsinger. Ben Freeman benefits from that. 2 points for him. He has 14 on the night?
He does.
14 points on the night for Freeman.
16.
16 points,
16
excuse
points.
me. His season high is 21. As Greencastle extends the lead to 53-41, knocked away by Gemby. But Hunter Clever gets it back to Campbell. Now Aiden Campbell's going to go up top to Berman. Berman to Campbell, long range three by Aiden Campbell off the front of the rim. Jason Freeman right there to pull down the easy defensive rebound for the Blue Devils. So Greencastle with the ball. Ben Freeman will let it fly from three, in and out, won't go. He can't get the roll. Waynesboro with the defensive rebound, trailing by 12. Now Clever has it knocked away by Gemby. So nice job there by Gemby on the defensive end. Now here's Jason Freeman in the far corner. He goes back to Ben Freeman, up top to Heilman. It's Gemby, Gelsinger, Heilman, Ben Freeman, Jason Freeman on the floor right now for the Blue Devils. Work it inside to Gemby between a couple of Waynesboro players. Can't get the shot to fall. Alvarez can't control the rebound. Now Jason Freeman to Gemby, or to Gelsinger. Ian can't get the three to fall. Waynesboro with the rebound. Derek Berman in possession of the basketball. He goes to Jerem Brown inside to Alvarez. Alvarez from 15 feet is good. So Jay Alvarez keeping Waynesboro alive in this one. Blue Devil lead at 10, 53-43. Now Ben Freeman guarded by Berman. He's going to go over to Heilman, who's going to take it inside. Does a nice job to get around Clever. Can't get the shot to fall, so the Blue Devils, couple of layups here. Late in the third, early in the fourth, unable to get those to fall. You hope those don't come back to haunt you later on, as we saw up at East Pennsboro in that game against Cedar Cliff, which we're not going to talk about anymore. So Waynesboro with the basketball. Ian Gelsinger was actually called for a foul there. That's his third. Blue Devils with 5 team fouls. Waynesboro just 1, and there's Gelsinger coming back doing the redeeming himself with the steal there. So the Blue Devils with the ball. Ben Freeman with the ball, guarded by Weibly. He goes over to Stuhler. Now Stuhler's going to go baseline past Berman. Jason Freeman right in front of us for 3, up and good. And Jason Freeman hits his first three-point bucket of the night, and it couldn't have come at a better time as the Blue Devils jump back out to a 13-point lead. 56-43 is the lead for Greencastle. A timeout called by Rick Lewis, a full 60-second timeout called by Lewis. And we're going to stick right here during the timeout. And Jason, pretty nice third quarter for the Blue Devils. Things looked a little shaky in that second as Waynesboro got right back into it. But once again, that Blue Devil shooting coming to the fore in the third quarter, putting them on top here with, we're not going to call it a comfortable lead yet, but things are at least certainly going the Blue Devils' way right now.
Yeah, Blue Devils come out there in the third quarter, and they shot 8 for 12 from the floor, 2 for 3 from three-pointers. And what we saw in the third quarter is Blue Devil offense wanting to drive the ball inside on that man-to-man defense a little bit more than passing the ball around the perimeter and looking for the open look on the three-pointer. So a little bit different scheme there maybe in the third quarter for the Blue Devils. But here in the fourth, one of the things I've noticed is Blue Devils are still in a zone defense, but they're being very aggressive and very active in that zone. It's not a zone that's just sitting there. They are attacking the ball. They're looking to double.
So we're back to action here. 5:10 to go in the fourth quarter. Blue Devils leading at 56-43. Greencastle coming out of the timeout, switching up the defense, going full court pressure to try and slow down Waynesboro a little bit. Indians with the basketball. That's Cal Davis. Goes over to Jones. He kicks it inside to Weibly. Contact, nothing called there as Gemby went to the floor. He gets it back out to Davis, who's guarded by Stuhler, into Weibly. Work it around to Alvarez for 3. Jay Alvarez knocks down the three-point bucket for Waynesboro. Gets the lead back down, or the deficit for Waynesboro back down to 10. 56-46. Greencastle leads it right now with the basketball. Gemby in trouble, gets it back, gets it over to Jason Freeman. Now to Stuhler. Stuhler looked to go baseline. Now he's going to kick it back to Jason Freeman. He's going to go to Ben, back to Stuhler. Again, Blue Devils content to work the ball around, look for that open shot, and there's Stuhler wide open underneath. Cole Ryan lost track of Brandon Stuhler, and Brandon Stuhler with a very easy two-point bucket right in front of us. 58-46. Greencastle leads it. Now Trevor Jones for 3, a little strong on that one as Stuhler pulls down the rebound for Greencastle. Blue Devils with the basketball and a 12-point lead. Jason Freeman wisely doesn't go down the baseline and gets it back to Gelsinger. Waynesboro in a man-to-man defense trying to create some, and a foul called there as Gemby and Jones collide hard. Jones went to the floor hard on that one. I think he took the worst of that collision. And a block is called on Trevor Jones. Just the second team foul by Waynesboro here in the second half. And if Waynesboro wants to send Greencastle to the line, Jason, they're going to have to start fouling because only 2 team fouls.
Yeah. not the position you want to be in when you're behind late in the ball game.
Every time Waynesboro fouls, at least for the next 4 fouls, Greencastle will just now Ben Freeman in trouble, somehow gets it back, gets a shot off, can't get it to fall, and then Alvarez tries to save it, but Jason Freeman gets a hand on it. 3:26 to go here in the 4th quarter. Waynesboro with the basketball, trailing by 12. Here's Jones over to Ryan. Ryan goes baseline, now kicks it over to Davis. Davis for 3, comes up empty on that as Jones tries to save it. Now Greencastle had some numbers 2-on-1. Here's Gelsinger to Jason Freeman, and Greencastle's just gonna hold the ball and wisely pull the ball out and maybe try and run some time here as the clock ticks down under 3 minutes. Gelsinger, 15-footer good. So just when we thought Greencastle might run a little clock, Ian Gelsinger knocks down the 15-footer. Quickly on the other end, Cole Ryan. Waynesboro trailing, needs to get some points quickly here, and that's exactly what Cole Ryan did. 60-48, Greencastle leads. Inside, Jason Freeman there over Alvarez for 2. So back and forth they go, 62-48 as Ryan goes down the lane. Can't get the shot to fall. Ben Freeman battling with Logan Weibly. Ben comes down with the rebound. Now here's Jason Freeman inside, and a travel will be called on Jason Freeman.
Tried to position himself there to get that foul, and when he did so, he just moved that plant foot.
And Kem Heilman will come into the game for the Blue Devils.
This equal the largest lead Greencastle's had, 14?
I think
game,
so.
John?
Now here's Jones on the other end. Nice shot there by Trevor Jones from 15 feet away. Blue Devil lead now down to 12. Now Ben Freeman tries to get the ball over Alvarez, but a nice play by Alvarez. Back to Jones. Now he's going to kick it out to Alvarez for 3. Can't get the shot to fall. Jones with the rebound and the putback. So Greencastle trying to get a little fancy with a full court pass, and a nice job by the Waynesboro defense. 62-52, Blue Devils with a 10-point lead, 1:40 to go. Now it's a case where Jason Greencastle just needs to maintain the basketball as Stoller goes down the baseline, gets that shot to fall. Nice left-handed layup there, 64-52. Blue Devils lead at 1:30 to go, 4th quarter.
Yeah, John, you'd like to see them control the possession here late in the game, but Stoller was behind the entire defense, and you know, players are aggressive. You see that, you want to react to it.
Now Waynesboro trailing by 12 needs to get a shot off, and they finally do as Trevor Jones goes to the basket, has the ball deflected, knocked out of bounds, and Waynesboro will keep possession of the ball. So 1:15 to go. Inside to Jones, he's fouled and makes the basket, so a 3-point possibility for Trevor Jones as he's fouled by Ben Freeman.
Looked a little bit like that Greencastle inbounds play there, John.
Coming off the screen.
Come off the screen out by the elbow.
3rd foul on Freeman is now Tom Hoffman's going to make some substitutions here. I think he's going to do a little offense-defense as Jerem Brown and Derek Berman come into the game. And
he's got a long way to go, John. He's still only got 2 team fouls in 1:13. If they're going to get to the 1-on-1, this is going to be a long 1:13 seconds.
And head coach Rick Lewis wants to make sure his team is on the right page here in these final 73 seconds as he calls a 30-second timeout to talk to his team before Jones goes to the line to shoot the free throw. I think what he's going to tell his team here is make sure you take care of the ball. Don't try and do anything outrageous. Just make the safe pass, make Waynesboro foul you. And like you said, just take care of the ball and run this last 73 seconds out. And again, anytime you can get a win on the road in the division, it's a good thing. And the Blue Devils leading by 10 just have to kind of ride out this last 1:13 here.
Trevor's got the N1 here.
But Waynesboro can be a very dangerous team from 3. So by no means is this game over. Jones' free throw is good. That gets it down to a 3-possession game. And Stoller has his jersey grabbed, nothing called there. And now he's fouled by Jones.
He turns around and asks what was hanging on his jersey.
I think Ryan grabbed it the first time. They didn't see that. And then when Trevor Jones grabbed it, they got that foul. Still only the third team foul, so Greencastle still with three fouls to give, or Waynesboro needs 3 more fouls to put Greencastle into the bonus. Now here's Stuhler over to Ben Freeman to Gelsinger. Greencastle just needs to keep this ball moving, and a foul was called there as Trevor Jones almost had the steal. I think they're going to get that on Jerem Brown, who fouled Gelsinger just before the pass. So now down to 1:06. Inbounds to Gelsinger, quickly fouled there. Only 1 second off the clock there. That was a long second.
Didn't I tell you this would be a long minute 13? We're up to 5 team fouls for Waynesboro now. We've only expired 8 seconds off the clock here.
Now Gelsinger's going to come up and get possession of the ball.
And
I'm not sure that was really a foul.
And, I was just going to say, once the referee sends the situational, then pretty much all you got to do is lay both of your hands on a jersey, and you get what you're looking for.
Alvarez looking like, I didn't foul him, and I don't think he did, but it's actually probably a good thing that they called it for Waynesboro's sake.
Yeah.
Because, again, that puts Greencastle closer to the bonus, so it's, fortunate for Waynesboro they called that. And again, another foul, and that will be the 7th foul.
Now, did he call that shooting?
I would hope so, because it looked to me like Stuhler was going to the basket. But I don't think they're going to say
he's signaling 1-1 at the scorer's table.
It kind of looked to me like Stuhler was going to the basket, but
I agree with you.
1-1 on that, and he misses, so a big miss there for the Blue Devils. Waynesboro, a 3-possession game, trailing by 9. Jones is going to bang off Gemby, and fortunately for the Blue Devils, that shot does not go down.
Foul on Ryan Gemby. Trevor Jones shooting 2.
Only the first foul of the game for Gemby, but that puts it's a 2-shot foul, but it puts the Waynesboro team into the bonus as well. So we'll shoot free throws the rest of the way. This is a 2-shot foul as Jones gets that to fall. 54.8 seconds to go here in the ball game. Greencastle leading 64-56. Trevor Jones looking to drop the lead to 7. And he does not do that. So an 8-point lead still for the Blue Devils. 3-possession game for Greencastle as Jason Freeman is fouled there in front of the scorer's table. So now Jason Freeman will go to the line to shoot 1-1. And actually, Jason, he hasn't shot as many free throws as his teammates, but Jason Freeman, percentage-wise, is the leading free throw shooter on the team. Very big 1-1 here, and he can't get that to fall. So the Blue Devils now 0 for 2 on front ends of 1-1 here.
Yeah, that's something that's plagued this Blue Devil team so far this year.
Jerem Brown's 3-point shot won't go. Rebound tapped around, Ryan with it. Now he's going to go back to Berman. Waynesboro needs a 3-point shot, and that's put up by Ryan. In and out, no good. Rebounded by Ben Freeman. A huge rebound there for the Blue Devils, and Brian Gemby will be fouled. And with 26.9 seconds to go, Jason, it's looking like Greencastle is going to pick up their 5th division win of the season.
Yeah, and remain undefeated here in the Colonial Division.
They will go to 9-2 on the season.
Yeah, John, Greencastle has not shot bad from the free throw line this year, but I don't know if it's something mentally. The first shot on the 1-on-1, this Greencastle team has struggled with that.
So Gemby will hit the shot there. So after missing 2 front ends of 1-on-1s, Gemby knocks that down. Puts the Blue Devils back up by 9 with 26.9 seconds to go. Brian Gemby knocks a pair down. Blue Devils back up 66-56, and Waynesboro in a bind here. They need some baskets and in a hurry. Cole Ryan can't get that shot to fall. Stuhler will pull down the rebound, and Gemby will be fouled as they will work down the floor, and Brian Gemby will actually be shooting 2 shots as that was the 10th team foul by Waynesboro. So 17.9 seconds to go here. Blue Devils leading by 10. Like we said, about to pick up their 9th win of the season. Gemby knocks down his 3rd free throw. I believe he's, 5 for 5 from the free throw line?
Yeah, yes, Brian is, yep.
So Gemby 5 for 5 from the line tonight.
And I think Coach Hoffman was just beginning to signal to his ball players
don't foul.
Not to foul. Yeah.
Don't foul, yeah. Makes the second, 68-56, the Blue Devil lead. Trevor Jones for 3. Can't get that to fall. Gemby with the rebound. And Greencastle will take possession of the ball and will just simply run out the last 5 seconds of the clock. And Greencastle will come away with the victory tonight. It wasn't easy at times. A strong Waynesboro second quarter. Actually, Waynesboro had a lead late in that second quarter before the Blue Devils went up by 2 at the half, and the second half was pretty much all Blue Devils. And they've already taken the score off the scoreboard.
68-56.
68-56. I think the Waynesboro folks want to get out of here. So
these home gymnasiums tend to turn that off pretty quickly.
We are going to take a break and come back with the post-game show. This is the F&M Trust Sports Network on midpennbroadcasting.com, thesportspage.blog, GameTimePA.com, and on WRGG 93.7 FM and on the web at WRGG.org. Welcome back to Waynesboro Area Senior High School. Greencastle boys victorious this evening, 68-56 over the Indians. Our postgame show brought to you by Antrim Insurance, your local Erie insurance agent, serving Greencastle, Waynesboro, Chambersburg, and Mercersburg, also surrounding Pennsylvania and Maryland areas. Antrim Insurance, 169 South Antrim Way, Greencastle, and 1685 East Main Street in Waynesboro. John Freeman and Jason Heilman wrapping things up here for you. And Jason, it was a close game at halftime. Greencastle leading by 2, but a strong third quarter for the Blue Devils leads to a 13-point victory, a 12-point victory here this evening.
Yeah, we talked about halftime, about the story of two halves. Greencastle was hot shooting in the first quarter, Waynesboro hot shooting in the second quarter. Who was going to play that out? Who was going to win that? And Greencastle came out and shot 61% from the floor for the second half. So they took the hot hand and pushed on, finished out the game strong.
Taking a look at our leading scorers for this evening, the Blue Devils, 4 starters in double digits this evening. Brian Gemby leading the way with 18 points. Ben Freeman and Brandon Stuhler each with 16. Joining them in double digits was Ian Gelsinger with 11. Jason Freeman with 7. On the other side of the coin, Waynesboro was led this evening by Trevor Jones, who had 15 points. Jay Alvarez. Alvarez with 18 points. Trevor Jones with 15. 7 points for Cole Ryan. Logan Weibley with 6. Aiden Campbell came off the bench for 5. Hunter Clever with 2. And Cal Davis with 3 for the Indians. We're going to take a final break and come back and wrap things up. You're listening to the F&M Trust Sports Network on midpennbroadcasting.com, the sportspage.blog, GameTimePA.com, and on WRGG 93.7 FM and WRGG.org. And welcome back to Waynesboro Area Senior High School. Once again, the Blue Devils going to 9-2 on the season, 5-0 in the Colonial Division with tonight's 68-56 win over Waynesboro. Our postgame show has been brought to you by Antrim Insurance, your local Erie insurance agent. And let me find this here. Your local insurance agent serving Greencastle, Waynesboro, Chambersburg, Mercersburg, and surrounding Pennsylvania and Maryland areas. Antrim Insurance, 169 South Main Street, South Antrim Way, Greencastle, 1685 East Main Street in Waynesboro. Tonight's game has been brought to you by F&M Trust. If your banking relationship feels too distant lately, switch to F&M Trust. F&M Trust is local and makes sure banking is done your way every day. Learn more at fmtrustonline.com. Member FDIC. Franklin County Visitors Bureau. Your great moments are waiting in Franklin County. Let the Franklin County Visitors Bureau help you plan your visit to the beautiful Cumberland Valley. Keystone Ford, fast, fair, and friendly, 301 Walker Road in Chambersburg. Del Martin Incorporated, a full-service ad agency serving the Greencastle and tri-state areas for 38 years. Greencastle Eye Care Center, a leading provider of optometry services and vision care products in the Greencastle community since 1984. Blaze Alexander Chevy Volvo, 650 North Antrim Way in Greencastle. Battery Express and Morse, 2364 Warm Springs Road in Chambersburg. Horace Mann, founded by educators for educators. Visit Greencastle Representative Jeff Coons, 116 South Antrim Way, Greencastle. Premier HVAC Services of Greencastle, your local heating and air conditioning professionals. Phone 717-597-9900. Greencastle Notary Services, servicing your vehicle and tag needs for Pennsylvania and Maryland. Olympian Athletics, 55 West Main Street, Waynesboro. Let us outfit your team with uniforms, warm-ups, hats, and so much more. Victory Tire and Alignment, John Wayne Drive, Greencastle. Franklin Pet and Hardware Stores, 1975 Philadelphia Avenue, Chambersburg, and Klein Tours, New York, Las Vegas, New Orleans, Costa Rica, and much, much more. Visit kleintours.net for a complete tour schedule. Our next broadcast of Blue Devil basketball will be on Saturday, the 13th of January, as the Blue Devil boys and girls will be in Chambersburg taking part in the annual Dunks for Drew game. The girls' game scheduled to get underway at 6, the boys at 7:30. Tonight, our final score once again was Greencastle 68, Waynesboro 56. Tonight's game has been a production of midpennbroadcasting.com on the F&M Trust Sports Network, as well as the sportspage.blog and WRGG 93.7 FM. Our camera operator this evening has been Ruth Ann Felix. For Jason Heilman and the entire Mid-Penn Broadcasting team, I'm John Freeman. Have a great night.